Yeah. So keeping with the hip hop, hip hop's in an interesting time. It's in an interesting point in its being, I would say. Being deeply engulfed in the hip hop culture and community like I am myself, I pay a lot of attention to the young boys, to the older cats, to everybody. Um, it's different than it was. And when I say that, I'm not just talking about how music is produced, how it's rapped, what people are talking about. It's the overall culture is just fucking weird, in my opinion. So when I brought up this question, how's the hip hop culture shifted today? I look at guys like you got guys out here who so-called one hit wonders. Maybe they got a hot song today. They're not here later. They don't make albums. They're not long lasting. They're not talking about anything but perks and Zans or 30 clips. Some of that music is cool, and then you got other guys out here breaking codes and just totally going against all codes and coming back to be, I guess, liked and loved by a lot of people. Now I know hip hop is ran right now by suburban kids purchasing wise, so it's really not a code. But after my long soliloquy and intro, John,
I'm forgetting the question.
listen, because I'm just so frustrated. John, what the fuck is going on with the state of hip hop today?
Hey man, that's a question that I can't answer. I try to stick to a couple of the cats that I like and rock with that. I'm mad that there's 2 million views folks checked out.
Don't say the name. Don't say the name.
Don't say it.
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say the name. I just can't believe folks was interested in see what this cat had to say. I'm like man, I hey man, it's just
wow. Real fast. The hip hop culture. You see a little teenage girl, suburban girl, blew his cover, right?
Man,
where he stay at. This is what I'm talking about. Just Pierre, go ahead, Pierre. John, were you done? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you go. Pass on. Go ahead,
Pierre, go ahead. What's the state of hip hop today, man?
I don't know what to say because it's different than what we are used to. It's different than what we were raised on in the 90s or even early 2000s. So it's
early 2000s and shit. This shit shifted.
Man, it's totally different.
But go ahead.
What'd you say? I didn't catch that last part.
Even the 2010s, not even early 2000s.
Man,
go ahead, Pierre.
It was about a code. It was the hip hop came from the streets, and the streets had a code. You had a code to live by. There certain things and rules and regulations that you had to abide by, and it's not the case anymore. People are putting on a certain facade and faking to be a certain person or a certain way, and it's just not true. And that's the difference now. I don't really know how to explain it. I don't have the answer, but it's just not what I listen to anymore, or at all. So
I try to hear, I don't want to be the old dude that don't know any of the newer tracks, So I try to check out a couple of songs, man. But
you're better than me because I haven't. I haven't listened to one of old dude's songs at all.
No. Nobody's listening. Nobody listened to that shit. Ain't nobody. Sure. Yeah, no, we're not talking about that. Yeah. We talk about hip hop in general.
These newer cats that are out and stuff. Go ahead.
No, go.
I was saying it's some songs are straight, So I be digging. I can ride to some shit, but other shit is I find myself always going back to my old head. Man,
you still listen to 50? I still heard your G Unit shit banging out the car. I heard that shit.
No.
I heard you was on Fifth.
No. Actually, that was Young M.A.
Young M.A. She bang. But listen,
I like her.
Do y'all? Okay, let me before I pose this question. I listen to a lot of hip hop. I listen to a lot of these young guys. I listen to a lot of the perks and 30 clip shit. But it's just that some of the like you said, Pierre, back in the day, or right now, it's a facade. A lot of people living life that they're not really actually living. Back in the day, that was the same case. It was just that it was different. I don't know. There's a lot of, I don't want to bring up names because there's some guys that I really like that they talk about. But I don't, but it was different though, because they're not out here. Well, right now, the internet has you always on. I was going to say they're not out here on camera. The internet always has you on.
It was a different thing now. Now it's we can actually see the shit right away if you're really what you about, you know what I'm saying? So it's weird.
But there's other guys who's really ain't about that shit and can like I don't know. It's weird, man.
Yeah, I don't know either.
And it's not even about the street stuff necessarily either. The messages aren't authentic. That's all. That's what we as older folks in our 30s. That's what we can tell right away. It's not authentic, and the people that we were raised on, even if they weren't always in the street game, the message that they had was authentic, and that's what we appreciated. And even guys like J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, David East, Meek Mill, that's why we listen to those MCs, because their message is real. It's pure. What they're talking about is actually some of the stuff that they lived, and it's coming through in their music. Some of these other cats that are out now, it's not. And we can tell that right off the gate.
Right. Yeah. And my bad. John, were you going to say something?
Nah.
Yeah, no, I mean, because, a lot of people are telling their family stories. Like, like I said, it's not even a lot of the young guys, John, it hurts your heart.
Like Plies?
Plies, I don't even want. But see, Plies makes hot music.
No, but I'm saying, but I'm saying, Plies like admitted
it was real.
No, just like the clips.
They were telling stories.
Like Pusha T was admitting, like, hey, these are my cousin's stories. These ain't my coattails. Like when dudes like that, like, but Pusha's a lyricist. Like, even though I know he lying his ass off,
the way he put it together.
Yeah, it almost don't really matter.
There's still some reality. There's still some reality to that.
Because he's seen it happen.
Been Pusha's life, but he's seen it.
Right.
So,
right there.
There is a certain truth to that I can respect.
Yeah, like, okay, you're gonna laugh at some of the stuff that he says. You're not, you're gonna laugh at something like, okay, but at the same time, it's very clever. It's,
Pusha cool.
Like I'm saying, exactly. Like he's nice, so which is why he can lie, because he's very good at it. So
here you go.
Anyway,
here you go.
Anyway,
you just had to throw a little shot in.
Whatever. Pusha one of the top 10 lyricists in the game.
It's the way you worded that. You could word it completely different. Whatever, though, man.
He's one of the top 10.
In the voice.
No, there's no sarcasm. There's no sarcasm. Pusha is one of the top.
Just the way you said they had to say the lies in there like that. Whatever.
I mean, that's what we talking about. He lied. Stop it. What rapper don't lie? What rapper don't lie?
He ain't telling. He's not telling lies. He's just telling a story. How I know his lies.
The story, when you lied as a young child, what your elders say? Stop telling stories. So anyway, so listen.
Wait. Before we switch topics, though, I don't know if y'all prepared for this, but since we're on the topic of music, who are some of the top artists that you guys listen to that you think fit the mold of not just being a top MC, but also an authentic MC out there? I know you mentioned the name Pusher, we know that, but anybody else in your iPads or iPods or your tape decks that you're listening to?
So that's two questions. Is it what are we listening to, or who do we look at that really lives out?
Who do we look at? Who do you look at? Yes.
In rap or overall music?
You can say overall music. That's cool.
Because I'm listening to a lot of this R&B shit now.
Okay.
Go ahead, John. Were you looking like you want to?
Yeah.
So he ain't listening to no shit. He ain't listening to this new shit.
I'm at work sad, driving the truck silent. All right.
Well, you said Young M.A. You said Young M.A. She go hard. Young M.A.
I do like Young M.A. Like she's actually put things together pretty well.
Yeah.
That she like, I'm like, or whatever the song called. That shit dopes me up.
She was really talking some of my life in one of these songs about these hoes. Man, she was speaking. I was like,
yeah, I like her, man. She, man, she sounds better than some of these cats that be trying to spit their little, whatever. But no, I like her a lot. She dope.
What do you like? Real fast before I answer that. Oh no, let me answer that. Because all right, what am I listening to like that I respect? It's weird because of course, like you said earlier. Like, I really like Dave East. I know that he don't get a lot of, like, pub for his lyricism and his storytelling, but he doesn't. He doesn't get, he's a very good storyteller. Yeah. Very good. He don't get no love. What's funny real fast, one of the young boys I'm going to shout out that I really like, who be talking about that ignorant shit, but is an excellent storyteller. And I don't think he's lying. Little dude out of Chicago named King Von. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's a very good storyteller. He is talking a lot of ignorant shit, but I think he's vouched for the ignorant shit. Like, I don't think there's any there's no question if the ignorant shit was really fucking going on. But I shout out to King Von. So that's who I'm listening to.
Check that out.
A young storyteller. It's hood shit, but he's telling a story each time. You know.
I need my hood music. That makes me feel good.
Yeah. Hey, I don't go around shooting people, but that don't make it.
I like to hear the stories about it. I want to hear the stories about it. Let me talk to you.
If I ever need to start selling coke, running down on the ops with the, I'll know exactly how to do it.
They gave me the game plan.
Yeah, you know. You ever see that? I don't know if y'all seen that Boondocks when Thug Nipsey learned how to cook crack, and he went from all of his rhymes to try to figure out how to do it. It was hilarious.
You and Thug Nipsey.
Yeah.